Hello, and welcome to the good news. I am Dr. Cheryl Wade. It has been especially topsy turvy recently for most of us, to say the least. We are dazed and confused at the current state of affairs and embroiled in a buzz of discussion, asking ourselves and everyone else, what in heck just happened? And how did we get here? In order to comprehend the madness that led to this pivotal point in history, however, we must first step back and get some perspective by looking at the larger questions of what am I? Where did I come from? And why am I here? Only when we examine these fundamental issues will we see the truth hidden behind the veil. So you think these are esoteric questions and you don't have the time to think about them right now, but until we each make the time to examine them for ourselves, we will remain dazed and confused in the cognitive nightmare that we are all trying to awaken out of. Those who have already uncovered the truth have an anchor and a safe place in the storm. From this place, we can see what is really going on. We have been given a choice point in the history of humanity where what has been hidden is now being revealed. If we can muster the courage to open our eyes and see before us what we have not wanted to acknowledge, we will have the ability to walk out of the prison that has kept our consciousness in bondage for millennia. So, how did we get to this place right here, right now? Well, as children, two diametrically opposing beliefs were implanted into our brains regarding the nature and origin of humanity, each emphatic and dogmatic in its own way, rooted in a competition between religion and science. On the one hand, religious dogma preaches that we are molded from the dust of this planet in the image of a white bearded guy in the sky. Our purpose is to serve him by denying our humanity, and we are commanded to convince every other human by any means necessary that he is the one true God, because he has given us an immortal soul which he will judge when we die. So we better obey or burn forever. The opposing storyline says that we are mere flesh and blood, the result of unplanned, random combinations of purely material stuff. There is no grand purpose to our lives, or anything else for that matter. We originated on this planet, we die here, and that will be the end of us. So we better get as much stuff as we can now while the getting is good, or someone else will get it, and that's not good. Of course, we didn't believe either absurd storyline as the intelligent children that we were. We knew how to create powerful magic with our imaginations and our intent. We loved, laughed, and played with joyous abandon as we conversed with our pets, our toys, the stars. We knew what others were thinking and feeling, and we could see colors and patterns surrounding them. But because we could not challenge those in authority over us, we were gradually forced to relinquish our intuitive knowing and being until finally we forgot how to be ourselves. The result of this massive brainwashing and suppression is that our lives have now become an expression of personal disempowerment and lack of sovereignty. We live in a constant state of stress, either not knowing when the wrath of God will strike us, or else we wander hopelessly disoriented, searching for meaning in a meaningless world. We have effectively stationed ourselves in the borderlands of insanity known as cognitive dissonance, where two opposing viewpoints vie for the same space in our consciousness. The mind finds the state of affairs maddening and will resolve the conflict by suppressing and denying what it intuitively knows to be true in an effort to maintain some semblance of sanity. But this is madness itself. Now, hear the good news. Even though we live in a dualistic world where we are taught that if we are right, everyone else must be wrong. Reality is actually a little bit of this and that, rather than either or. There is an organizing principle behind all of creation. This is Source, the great mystery, that which we come from, that which we are, and to which we always return in one form or another as we choose. Source is the emanation of pure consciousness, creating this universe using iterations of a fractal pattern in a holographic manner wherein each part structurally and functionally represents the whole, while manifesting the infinite diversity that we see around us. In this body, every atom is a solar system unto itself, and the aggregate a universe. Gnostic teachers held this wisdom in the truism, as above, so below, as within, so without. Now that we know the pattern of creation, what exactly are we composed of? Well, join me next week as we explore the nature of the elemental particles that create our holographic reality. And until then, namaste.